Hello everyone, I am HARSHA H N, studied in MS in Computer Science, Manasa Gangotri, Mysore. In this video, I am going to present overview of SNMP. So let's talk about SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol. It is very important protocol for bigger network. Point of this, we want to fetch regularly some information for the device when monitoring use. Many companies different network device can use. What it does, it basically query the message as main definition of what is SNMP. Simple Network Management Protocol is the way of for different devices on the network to share information with one another. It allows the device to communicate even if the device different hardware and run different software. SNMP architecture. SNMP has a simple architecture based on the client-server model. The servers called managers collect and process information about device on the network. The client called agents or any types of device or device component connected to the network. They can include not just computer but also network switches, phones, printers and so on. Some device maybe have multiple device components. For the example, laptop typically contain wired as well as wireless network interface. SNMP data hierarchy. While the SNMP architecture is simple, the data hierarchy, the protocol users can seem complicated if you are not familiar with it. Fortunately, it is a relatively simple once you understand the philosophy behind it. The proved flexibility and extensibility. SNMP does not require network device to exchange the data in rigid format of fixed size. Instead, it uses a tree-like format under which data is always available for managers to collect. The data tree consists of multiple tables which called management information base MIBS. MIBS group together particular types of device component. Each MIBS has the unique identifying a number as well as identity string. Number string can be interchangeably. Each MIB consists of one or more nodes which represent individual device or device component on the network. In turn, each node has unique object identifier OID for given nodes. It determined by the identifier of MIB on which it is exists combined with the nodes identifier within its MIB. This means OIDs takes on the form set of number of string writing with the string that OID would translate to. Using the OID, a manager can query an agent to find information about a device on the network. For example, if the manager wants to know whether an interface is up, would first query the interface MIB called the if MIB, then check OID value that reflects operation status to determine the whether interface is up. Why use OIDs? The MIB and OID data hierarchy may seem confusing, but there are several important advantages to system like this. One is that information can be pulled by the manager without having sent an explicit request for the agent of collect it. That reduces the overhead and ensure the information about the network status is always readily available. The system also provides an easily flexible way to organize many devices across a network. It works no matter how large or small the network is. SNMP also makes it possible to collect a large amount of information quickly without clogging and network the traffic because information about device status is always available in the simple format and updated its real-time manager can pull without waiting for the data be collected by the requiring large data transfer. Last but not least, it worth out nothing to some OIDs values or vendor specific, which makes easy to gain some information about device based simply OIDs. For the example, is OID start with 1361419. It applies the Psycho device. Other vendor have their OID specification. SNMP version. The final important thing to understand about SNMP is that feature available in different versions as the protocol very widely specified, especially when it comes security. Photo, Brain, Skull, and Flickr. The first version SNP V1 offer weak security feature under Her SNMP1 manager can authenticate to agent without encryption for the requesting information. That means anyone with access to network could run sniffing software. Means the unauthorized device can easily printed to the BA segmented management when controlling the networks. As well, SNMP1 with certain default credit which the admins don't always update, making it easy to for unauthorized parties to gain access to sensitive information about the network. Unfortunately, SNP1 still used it to relatively wide basis today because some networks haven't updated. SNPv2, which appeared to 1993, offered to some security enhancement but is supplemented the 98 and SNPv3, which remains the most recent version of the protocol and most secure. SNPv3 makes data encryption possible. It also admins to specify different authorization requirement on a granular basis for the manager and agent. This prevents unauthorized authentication and optionally be used required to encryption for the data. The bottom line is that while security issue SNP win earned SNMP the bad name of some circles. SNP with especially SNP with solved those problems. The newer version SNMP provide up to 2 date secure way monitor on the networks. Calling SNMP. If the poor security is SNMP even as you worried afraid not SNMP is not normally enabled by default on device, and that means that most of cases admins have log in turn in it order makes SNMP data available. This requirement reduce the risk running in ensure SNMP version without realize it. This also means that to use SNMP manage to your network usually have enabled it first. Thank you.